Hi, Brian. Hello, everyone. Hey, we're back.
Finally.
Yeah, 3.5 years or something like that. Let's see, what should we talk about? This is Demon Hunters, a comedy of terrors that we are going to be playing tonight. That would be this book here. I don't think I have the snazzy version, but we have that. So if you don't have this book, you can pick it up on PDF at drivethroughrpg.com or dead.market. I think you could even probably pick it up at the Dead Gentleman Facebook page store, which goes to dead.market. So you should, if you like this game, you should go check that out. All right, so DD Game Night. We used to run something similar to this about 3.5 years ago on YouTube. You can find that on our YouTube channel, Dead Gentleman YouTube channel, and it is called DD Game Night, and there's 20 episodes, I believe. Tonight is 21.
Woo!
That means we can drink, right?
We can drink.
Yeah. So tonight we're playing DG Game Night, episode 21. I don't have a title for it yet, so we'll figure that out. So the game plays a little bit like Fate, if you're familiar with the Fate RPG, which means that you players, you have your character sheets, and hey, Ben. Ben says hello, everyone.
Hello, Ben.
Hey, Ben.
That's a good feature. I should point this out. Okay, so if you are watching at home on the Dead Gentleman Facebook page or on the Dead Gentleman Twitch, if you post something in the comments, we can see it, and I can actually put it there on the screen for everyone to see. And
so be nice.
Yeah. So now if you are hosting a watch party or it's being streamed to another Twitch channel or something like that, we may not be able to see it. But definitely on the DG Facebook post, you can post comments there. We're getting a lot of love right now, which is really awesome.
Aw.
Yeah. People.
We're actual people, real people.
Yeah. So, I don't know what happened to somebody. Brian went away.
Chased him off.
Kicked him out already.
That's what happens. Yeah, so I agree, Jason, that this is a great way. Need the channel so we can link up to Zoe. Oh, great. I don't know how to help you with that. Let's see. Okay, so how about you guys talk for a moment while I try and figure that out?
All right.
What should we talk about?
So yeah, we are mostly doing this because Don is going insane being quarantined. He needs people to talk to.
This is actually true. But also the rest of us are in it too. So, we might have not gamed enough lately, or we might have maybe been inside all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys. I have missed this so much. This was very fun when we were doing it, and I hope now that we have the tools to do it again, that we pick it back up.
Dead Gentleman Productions. It's all one word. Here, I'll do a screen share. Let's see here. Twitch.tv. Streaming. Where's my channel? Thank you. Here we are. I will post this. Here we are. I will post this Oh boy.
Oh god.
Oh, boy. There we go. Ah! Shut up. Okay. So I have I posted that that link. Hopefully that will solve the issue. Okay. All right.
Hey,
so
we're getting
looks like
comments
we got
from
that figured out.
Twitch, so
Yeah. Blarlac says, "Oh hey."
Oh, hey.
All
And
right.
I'm hoping. Yeah, I don't know who that is, but cool. But we can see you, so we're there. All right. Oh, Brian's back. Hello, Brian.
Hey.
Hi.
Brian, you missed everything. We're
No,
about to
no,
wrap up.
I saw it all.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, great.
I was just voyeuristically
okay.
looking at you.
So the way this is going to work. So again, if you're watching at home, you can do the whole chat thing, and we can throw that kind of stuff up during key moments of the scenes. You are welcome to shout out via the chat different aspect ideas. That means if you see something that would be really cool or some kind of ad, we can do that. I can try and work that into the scene if it's better than what I have right now. So that's how that will work.
That's fancy.
Yeah.
Neat. Yeah.
And so other things. Let's get down to business. We are playing Demon Hunters. What is Demon Hunters? Jimmy.
Demon Hunters is a world where all of the stories are true. All the myths and legends and campfire stories. All the monsters are out there and they're hunting people, and the Brotherhood of the Celestial Torch is there to stop them. And that's who we are.
We stop the stories.
We are story fighters.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yes. And so you guys are playing members of the elite demon hunting group. And yeah. Are you all hearing my family in the background, by the way?
A bit.
Sweet. Hey, we can hear you.
Say hi for us.
Okay. Awesome. So my child is being bathed and right next to this wall, apparently. So that's amazing. All right.
It's better than your child not being bathed.
That's true. That's
True.
All right. So let's go around the table and tell us who your character is and what's special about them. Chris, start us off.
Well, Vlad is Eastern European descent. He may or may not be part of Coup tonight or tomorrow morning-ish, maybe like 5:30-ish, somewhere in there. But he liked Brotherhood, and mostly he has no real skills. He just help people like maybe open doors to us. Plus, I know some people around town.
Great.
All right.
Okay.
I am playing Ursula Winfield. She is the offspring of Deadeye Wendy Winfield, a renowned hunter, and a Gallagher, the renowned horrible prop comic. And she is the wielder of the ancient and deadly Sledge-O-Matic.
Wonderful. And I'm playing Wen, everyone's favorite succubus, who's the only out member of the Brotherhood, out in terms of non-human.
No,
Demon.
specifically demon.
Oh, demon, specifically demon.
Yeah.
I didn't know where we were at in the timeline, so I was like, I'm not sure where we are.
That happens to me every Monday morning.
It's fair.
And is Brian just
Being a
gone,
demon.
or is he waiting?
Well, I don't see him queued up.
All right.
But,
I'm gonna swoop in.
appropriately, Brian is playing the chapter leader, Jack Bishop, who is a electrokinetic with a problem with authority.
Mm.
And we shall see him in a bit, apparently. I don't know.
He didn't like you telling him to introduce his character.
He was like,
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll
Yeah,
decide when to introduce myself. Thank you.
that's right. Let's see here. Do I have any issues? Oh, Brian says he's having
Bandwidth
bandwidth
issues.
issues. Yeah, that's
Ooh,
not good. Hmm.
bummer.
Well, we had 5 players lined up, and now we have 3. That's not so great.
Last man standing.
It's
Last man
practically the
standing.
same number.
Let's see here.
Yeah, about that, Vlad. Vlad getting older. Healthcare in United States not so good. Thinking Soviet Ukraine maybe closer to Medicaid for all. And with pandemic going on, I mean, besides my other job, the spying not really necessary anymore. Ivanka and puppet husband doing a very good job. So, sorry guys. I hate to say this, but I might be out too. You can take it without me, right?
Yeah, I got this.
Great,
We're good.
great. Yeah.
Whatever it is, I'll just sleep with it. It'll be fine.
Seems like solid plan. Now, if you need another teammate, whatever, I do know a guy.
Heard that one before.
I call Biff for you. He
Not Biff.
no, different Biff. Not that Biff. Oh, definitely not that Biff. I mean, it might be the same one, but no. Anyways, yeah, I gotta go, but I'll call Biff.
Cool.
This is going to be quite interesting. Yeah.
Wow.
Brian is going to reboot, and let's see here. Brian,
Duke's gonna finish his little skit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Duke's got to do it.
Audio.
Duke's working a bit, real hard.
Okay. For those who would like an opportunity to join us on screen tonight, we have one opening for sure, maybe 2. So if you have a Demon Hunters character all ready to go, let me know in the comments, and I will send you a link.
Howdy, y'all.
Oh my gosh, who is this?
Hi, man.
Yeah, Vlad said you needed a guy. I'd be happy to help out. I mean, it's I like doing one for a good American team. So, what are you guys doing here?
Unclear.
What? Good with that?
Waiting for Brian to reboot. All right, so let me see here. Let me see what I can find.
Ms. Priscilla has a character named Feral Cat.
That's probably worth it. Priscilla, can I find you on? There you are. And there's the link. I sent it to you on Discord. All right. Episode 21, guys.
Off to
Off to
a great
amazing
start.
Woo!
Oh, your internet's being weird too? Oh, we can't have that. Must have working internet connection.
We don't like weird at all.
Yeah.
We're all very straightforward and clean cut and serious.
It's my serious face
Hmm.
and my O
Okay.
face.
Hey.
Oh, and let us try. Sorry. Merc, I just sent you a link as well.
Because why not? Everybody, come on in.
That's right.
72 players.
This game is going to last till the end of the quarantine.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Outlast the virus.
That's right.
Yay. Hey, Kat.
Hello. Okay, any word back from Brian yet? No.
Thank you, baby.
Bandagirth. Yes.
Husband brought me wine
Excellent.
in
Good
a glass,
Oh,
in a
yeah.
glass that says turnt in the fancy script.
Wow. Yes, it does. Excellent.
Welcome, everyone. Yay!
Hey,
Okay.
it might go away again. Who knows?
Okay, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah,
Brian.
We got your replacement all lined up.
Yeah, we do. Good to go. Okay.
Oh, your book ended by Beardos. This person right here.
You are indeed.
Oh, did they all go away again? You're paused.
You're a little fuzzy, but you're still there.
And this is going to be great. Okay, so Brian, tell us about your character.
Ooh, about my character that since I restarted my computer, I do no longer have ready and up. Fantastic. Well, his name's Jack Bishop, as I slowly type that name. And he is an electrokinetic, which means he can manipulate electricity. And I have a full description very shortly once that spins up. Let's see. He has platinum hair. He often wears sunglasses because there's a sort of a lightning storm that's happening in his eyeballs, and that's obviously freak people out. So he tries to wear sunglasses so it doesn't. And there you are, Jack Bishop character sheet. Hooray!
Yay!
And here is a better description. Oh, you computer that is so slow. Oh, here we go. Right.
Yes. I would like to blame everything that's about to happen on Merc Workweek.
Okay.
Also, can you hear me? Internet in Queens is a little cranky right now.
Sounding good.
Loud and clear.
All right.
Just so we know, the person that you're referring to is someone that I've seen on our Discord.
Yes, most certainly. They are an avid fan.
My internet's so crappy. I'm sorry.
And Brian, but yeah.
Fan. Got it.
Merc Workweek and I are in a Demon Hunters Roundtable group where we're just basically testing modules on each other in time for Gen Con.
That is awesome.
So, and this is my terribly experimental character concept. When it says feral cat, that really is just.
That is going. Okay, so if everybody could do me a favor real quick and go out to the YouTube and share that on Facebook. Let me see if I can pull that up. No.
It's been a while, guys. We're rusty.
Yeah.
Well, they changed it on us. Google Hangouts was so freaking easy.
I know.
And
Okay.
now it's no longer.
There's a link.
By the by, everybody watching, I really appreciate your patience. This is technical difficulties as we haven't done this in about 3.5 years.
Ah, perfect. Yeah, that is going. And YouTube. Now, as Facebook is.
Jimmy,
Yes.
Jimmy,
Yes.
will you also be growing a quarantine beard?
I will not. At best, I would be growing a quarantine mustache, goatee, and soul patch, but they would never meet.
Hey friends, if you're sharing that on social media, perhaps you could hashtag it DG Game Night and Demon Hunters.
There you go.
Media savvy person.
That's right.
I use hashtag DG Game Night.
Thank you. I appreciate
How
you.
about y'all?
All right, I will edit my post. Hashtag DG Game Night. Hashtag Demon Hunters. Done. And now I shall share it again. Okay,
There's a story.
let's try this
Man
again.
named Donnie.
Okay. All right. Where were we?
I knew a
Father Colin-
priest.
Father Colin O'Patrick, world famous Irish exorcist, Father Colin O'Patrick,
Yeah.
has contacted you. Explain to us how you know Father O'Patrick.
Well, a few years back, he had a problem with another succubus in his community, and I had to go in and mop that up. And then I became friends with him because he's a delightful human being, and he tastes like campfire.
Well, you know,
Hmm.
there is something about flavor. You know, having a bit of smokiness in your diet isn't a terrible thing.
It's important.
All right. So,
Sure.
Father O'Patrick has contacted you to investigate some cattle mutilations found in a small town about 10 miles south of Dublin in Ireland. He can't be there as he's giving lectures and is overloading caseload. And the Catholic Church just doesn't seem to be taking his pleas for more trained exorcists seriously these days.
Okay.
He thinks that the mutilations could be signs of nearby demonic possession. Shane McRowan will meet you in Dublin to take you to the scene. It was his sheep that were the victims. Shane appears to be a neighbor of the farming.
A gamer or a neighbor?
Neighbor.
Might be a gamer too.
Yeah. Could be both. Both is
You
good.
never know. Yeah.
I'm both of those things. I need a pencil.
Okay. People have found us.
There you go.
We're all right.
I'll do without.
Okay. Is there any? So tell us a bit about where you folks are presently. What are you doing? What has Row 7 been up to? And
Well, we had to kind of clear our name because we were technically on the lam last you saw us, but really that was solved with an email. We just dropped a pin in the evil layer of the chapter who had framed us, and they
Yeah.
came out, took a look around, and said, "Yeah, you're cool."
Yeah.
So it was a lot less work than we thought it would be.
yeah.
Yeah, actually, Biff's been golfing. Resort.
Jack has been not been present for a very long time. He actually left probably 10 of those episodes of those 20 episodes you mentioned earlier. So I'm going to say that he was on some sort of a spirit walk in Australia
Oh,
that lasted 4 years.
went on walkabout.
You're an exorcist too.
Yeah. I'm a what now?
Exorcist. A lot of exercise, right?
Oh,
Don't encourage him.
Sure. I saw a little bit of
Just let it
that
go.
down under.
Okay then. Okay then.
There's gonna be so many much kind of like just assuming of what you guys are saying. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, that's it. Okay.
Go ahead, Doc.
Okay. The band has gotten back together, and you you have gotten this. By the way, do you even have a cipher right now? What's the deal with that?
I think it
I
might be
do
in the
not
shop.
believe we have a cipher.
Well, you have to have a cipher in order to be a functioning chapter.
I
so-
can. Ooh. Would that be an NPC then? I can do some of the things a cipher can do.
Can't we just buy one?
Not all of the things.
No, Biff. It's actually socialized ciphers. You just get one.
It's like toilet paper. You can't buy it at the store.
Oh, okay.
Right. Yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
I want one that sounds like Sean Connery.
That's a fair request.
Yeah.
I am not going to do that.
Seems appropriate where we're going too. What is your issue?
Oh
So, do one of us have to be the cipher, or what's
no,
that?
no. I'm just saying. Okay, so you have a cipher. Describe the cipher too. For those of you who are new to Demon Hunters, a cipher is an android, which can take just about any form these days. But the android is the link to the Brotherhood database. They have the cipher goggles that contain a whole bunch of information. Their bodies are reinforced, typically pretty sturdy, and somehow they pass for human, and sometimes animals. There's a kangaroo cipher out there.
Sometimes vans.
Yeah. We do have a van situation. So you guys used to have a cipher van.
It's true. We
Not
probably not.
sure.
Oh, what happened to the cipher band?
We drove it into the ocean.
Yeah.
We pushed it into the
There was
ocean
that.
to cover the evidence.
I mean, you got to make sacrifices. Well, you don't, but someone does.
Right.
All right. Well, let's see here. Can we do this? Nope. Nope.
Cool.
So Merc is on standby in the studio. I can see him, but I am not able to add him because we are limited to 6. So if anybody has any technical difficulties and has to drop off, like Jack Bishop, who continuously, freezes, we'll see what happens. We've got Merc on standby. We'll see.
Perfect.
All right.
Yeah, I might be not too long for this world, guys. Who knows? I'll stick with you as long as I can now.
Yes, you will. Okay. So, how do you want to get to Ireland? Are you just should we just hand wave that, or is there anything you want to do before you go?
We've been doing this for a while. I think we're just in Ireland.
Wait,
Okay.
just so we're
Golfing.
aware, is this under our current situation that we are currently in with social distancing, or is this just like, nope, we're not even going to think about that right now? This is completely
No.
fantasy.
We're in fantasy land now. There's a different
Okay.
Monsters are real, man.
Yeah, monsters are real. Viruses are not. Cool.
All viruses are very real. Just not dealing with a worldwide pandemic yet.
It's chapter 2.
Okay. So we're just going to hand wave. You are in Ireland, and you arrive in Dublin, and you approached,
Potato.
there is a guy standing with a sign. I don't know if you're like at a bus station or the airport or train station. You're in a train station. So there's guys standing out there and holding a sign saying,
Demon hunters.
when,
Mhm.
when.
Yeah. Not the first time I've seen that sign. It's kind of everywhere.
Actually, 3 people right here.
Yeah. Just keep holding it up. Yeah, so I approach him. All right, so
What's the response
slaughtered
to that?
to me? What's my response to what?
Yeah, like I mean, someone carrying a sign that says when? I mean, like, hey, this is me, or do you say like now, or like, you know? Oh, never mind. It's pronounced W-E-N. Never mind. Forget about it.
She's not a star. If this doesn't happen, that's a problem.
Right. Yeah, so I approach him and I go, so slaughtered farm animals.
Oh yes, you've got. I'm not going to do the accent because it's terrible.
Right. Perfect.
You can keep watching, Irish fans.
I'm gonna not offend you.
Oh, heck with it. Oh yes, the sheep, they've been mutilated.
Great.
I want some
Never
recompense,
mind.
but I'm supposed to bring you there. Are you supposed? Do you have some knowledge about these things? Are you one of those tin hat types of people?
Are you?
No, I just want my cattle back.
I thought they were sheep.
Not me. That would be a bad idea for me. Major conductor.
Not
If,
sheep. I was told sheep. You.
They are sheep. Yes, sheep or cattle.
You called them cattle.
Okay.
Sheep
Great.
are cattle.
Okay. Well, I
No, they're
mean,
not.
but they're dead. Yeah.
I don't know where you come from.
How many sheep died?
It was
One.
14 head.
14.
14 head of sheep.
Yeah.
It was
All right.
terrible.
What about the tails?
That's an excellent question.
They were attached at one point. They're no longer attached.
They took the tails?
All right.
I will take you there.
Well, you kind of usually do.
I'm not gonna. You have to see it for yourself.
All right.
It's a horror I can't even describe.
Great.
Take the tails off.
Indescribable horror. Let's do it. It's my brand.
So he brings you over
Wait a minute.
to.
I don't know who you are, sir, but since we live in a world, that is fine and dandy and completely free of pandemic, I'm going to give you a big hug. Here's something.
Yeah.
It's good to see you. Thank you for
Oh,
being.
Jack, you're making
Group
it
hug.
weird.
Group hug.
No,
Yeah. All
you
right.
guys are
Yeah,
making it weird.
yeah,
Don't.
yeah.
I'll activate. I will
Yeah.
activate.
Jack stands next to Wen and just sort of looks up at her like,
I don't know, dude. They do this all the time. It's weird.
Well,
It's weirder when they try to hug the people we're fighting. That's not like their jam, but
Sometimes effective.
I have to say,
That is
you're one of the
objectively
most
more weird.
friendly Americans I've ever seen. Or are
yeah.
you Canadian by chance?
What are we doing?
Okay then. Come on over into my camper van.
Oh boy,
Not weird at all.
let's do it.
Shotgun.
He leads you over to a American style.
Dear mom.
And it is an American style RV. Has plenty of room for everybody to get in with your gear. And he takes you on a drive. There is some candy in there. Help yourself to the sweeties.
I'm glad you've got a regular van, not one of those minivans. My Stetson fits in this thing.
Aha. So you are American.
What exactly
Yeah.
is
Aggressively.
what's considered sweeties?
Okay, so
There's shortbread in here. That's no deal.
yeah, plenty of potatoes.
I would like to investigate the van of the mysterious, creepy, semi-Irish guy.
Okay. Yeah, sniff around.
I will be sneaky and fringe mutant cat.
Sounds good to me.
And I get an 8.
Excellent.
Okay. Well, you do find a bag of cat food. You find a shotgun in the overhead compartment with some shells. And let's see, you find a bag of Lucky Charms cereal.
What do I find
To
in
be
the attic?
real obvious about this.
What do I
Hi, Irish people.
And a giant painting of a 4-leaf clover.
Okay. All right.
That's I apologize to every
And just everyone else too.
yeah, pretty much. Hello, John. All right. Yes. Okay. So you arrive onto the farmstead, and Shane explains to you that he is the farm next door to the O'Connor residence, and the O'Connor is where there is apparently a sick child, and the mother. He explains to you that the mother works, and she is abroad many times. She's I think in the Middle East somewhere right now, maybe Egypt, and so the dad is at home, often taking care of the kid and running the farm. And then Shane just is describing to you that a couple of days ago he went out and found his sheep mutilated and over between his property and on the O'Connor property as well.
So it seems to me like basically you just need more guns. I mean, there's something coming onto your property, killing your livestock. I mean, Texas, we just hold up and shoot them.
Gross.
Okay. Then.
Do we have
Yeah,
any of
If you
the
didn't already have a good dose of America,
thumbs up? Are there any of the sheep carcasses here that we can look at, or did you get rid of them all?
It's been a bit much to try and clean up all day with all the chores I got to do. So it's still out there. I need to get them buried, and maybe you can help with that. Figure out what killed
That
them.
is not what we're paid enough for. We're not here to dig you sheep holes.
Or anything else with sheep holes.
You were very quick to say that, Biff. Biff is a little sensitive about sheep. Okay, well, we should definitely look at those to see
All
if we
right.
can identify.
Upon disembarking, the van, you just immediately recognize the stench of death.
Delicious.
And just as you are walking around, you do see lots of dead sheep. And you get that there's just this overwhelming, looming feeling of dread. As you are looking around the farm, and you see that there's the McGrone farm, and then just down the street is the O'Connor farm, and from here you can see at the O'Connor farm there's a kind of a farmhouse. There's also a barn with assorted farm equipment. Of course, the McGrowns have one of those as well. But also you notice that there is a bunch of parked cars at the O'Connor residence. And so these are aspects that are in the scene right now. There's no free invokes on them, but they are facts of the scene that can be played upon. What do you do?
Let's see, looming feeling of dread, barn with assorted farm equipment, bunch of parked cars, stench of death, and lots of sheep.
Dead sheep. So to give you an idea, the McGrone, let's see here, McGrone farmstead is right here. And then the O'Connors is right down here. And there is a whole bunch of parked cars lined up right here. And we're going to call this over, this down over there is the barn. It's not much of a barn, but it's a barn.
Well, I think y'all probably want to just go over there and poke the dead things with a stick. And that seems like the right thing to do to start out with.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of dead animals in this area. There's their little makeshift fence. So there's dead sheep and whatnot littered throughout the field. They do seem to be, I don't know, it's kind of scattered out there.
I would like to smell around the dead sheep for a predator bigger than I am.
All right.
I will be
Good on you.
quick, feral mutant, fringe mutant cat, and a demon dice.
Ooh. You don't have to roll the demon dice until after, but yeah. I'll take it.
Also great last time. So I got a 19.
All right.
Wow. Okay. And let's see here. Cat gave me 1. So now I have 6 demon dice. Okay. Well, what you find is that these mutilations were definitely not caused by any particular natural animal. There is a funny arcane smell to it. And being a mutant cat yourself, this looks a bit mutant-like.
Okay. Smell it all like canine?
I think they prefer mutant-esque.
With mutation.
With a 19, I'll give you that. Let's see here. Man, that's almost even a successful style. I'm going to give you a boost on that. You can decide what that is. So a boost is a temporary aspect, and you can have 2 free invokes on it. and it looks like they exploded from the inside out, not something tearing into it. But of course, only the cat.
I like to.
This.
Has anyone
While the
worked out?
cat is sniffing around, what are the rest of you doing?
What?
She's sniffing around one of the sheep corpses and just.
I go over
Wait,
there.
so no one can speak your language?
The cat
Because that's
gives, like, disdainful look, and it's like, can
cool.
I be forewarning?
That answered all of my questions.
In case something should happen to explode again, I have some forewarning because I know what it smells like.
Sure. You can call it danger sense if you want.
Cool.
Can we have our cipher translate what the cat is saying to us?
I vote no.
Well, I'm
Great.
going
Do
to
we
say
all just
It's more
eat
fun
that?
to not know what the cat is saying.
Okay.
with all the excitement, you forgot your cipher at home.
Okay.
He's in lost luggage.
He's rebooting. Slow bandwidth on the cipher. Okay. Do I notice anything like demonic about the
Give me a roll.
claw marks or anything, or however it died? Fringe, I would assume.
Well, here's the thing. So what you can do is you can, Fringe, you can use your succubus powers to kind of examine things. If you're trying to just learn or gain information, this might be a good opportunity to create an advantage.
Okay.
Otherwise, this would be like an overcome roll, as in you're overcoming the mystery of information you don't have.
Okay, I would like to use maybe one of my stunts.
Okay.
Because I have a photographic memory, once per conflict, I automatically succeed with style while creating an advantage or overcoming obstacles using my memory. So perhaps throughout my long life, I have encountered an animal before that has looked like this in death.
Indeed. Okay, give me a roll.
I don't have to.
Oh, that's right. Wow. Okay then. All right. So yes, this is clearly demonic in origin. We are dealing with some kind of demon. Your exorcist friend might be onto something, and it sounds like and this is very specific though. This is usually cattle mutilations are they'll inhabit somebody and grow claws and tear stuff up, but in this case it's almost just like infernal power like exploded outwards and just tainted whatever was near and caused these things to rupture and explode.
It's gross.
You know that some demons have the ability to do this when they're pissed off and they're pent up in the whole like trying to gain a body in the mortal realm. Yeah. But
maybe weird that it's so many of them at one place.
Right. Yeah. Well, first off, like this occurrence is not usual demon possession power type stuff.
Okay.
This is unique. There's something familiar about this. A person, it's like you do have a photographic memory, but there's all I can say is that you must have not had direct contact or connection with this particular demon, but there is something a bit familiar about it.
Okay.
Don?
Yes, Jack.
Whenever you get a moment, I don't want to interrupt you when.
Go ahead.
So call on me whenever you are done. While that's going on, I'm going to take out a small little drone from my backpack and turn it on and sync it up. And I'm going to allow it to fly up so I can get a better bird's eye view of like what this looks like. Because right now on the ground level, it looks like a whole bunch of sheep, carcasses and guts strewn about. But I don't know, it might have a pattern or something like that if we can see it from above.
Mm-hmm.
Smart.
Okay. Yeah.
Are they in spirals? Is there an epicenter or like an explosion that went outwards or something?
It was a good thought. As you circle around and take a look over it, you are definitely seeing a sort of like explode outwards kind of situation. So there isn't really a design, but it is almost like there's sheep popcorn.
Oh.
and these sheep carcass popcorn things, is there offal and gunk strewn away from a center, or is it just higgledy-piggledy, everything's a soup?
No, there is offal strewn out, yes.
Awful. Oh.
Your drone goes a little higher, and you are kind of picking up some kind of pattern now, but it's like trying to figure out a new constellation.
Okay.
It kind of feels like something's there, but it's not familiar.
So all this brainy, investigative stuff is not my game. I've wandered off towards the barn, and I'm going to raid the barn looking for something to make cool weapons with.
Okay, sounds good.
Oh boy. Hey Jack.
Yeah.
So I've seen something like this before, but it's like they were trying to be possessed by a demon, but like it wasn't working and it just like tore out of the body.
So it's a unsuccessful exorcism, not exorcism, but possession, unsuccessful possession, and the unsuccessful part was them exploding.
Seems that way. I don't know if it was the same demon doing it over and over and over, or if it was a cluster of them.
I'll give you a look at what I'm looking at my display from the drone.
Mm-hmm.
Does this knock any memories loose?
Do I recognize any kind of pattern, Don?
No, not really.
Okay.
I think you're actually not. I think you are going. You're recognizing that no, there actually isn't a pattern.
Mm-hmm.
But it's absolutely confirming to you your theory about like a forced exorcism gone wrong.
Oh, like somebody was trying to get it out of there, not it was trying to get out.
Right.
Okay, so there may have been an external force, Jack, trying to get these demons out, and they beefed it.
Wow.
Seems that way.
Like simultaneously, or like one by one? Because like that's some very patient sheep. if it was just one by one,
just had them lined up, and then one after another.
Yeah. Next.
That didn't work again. Come on over.
Is there anything else on the ground? Anything other than that shouldn't be there? I can even ask Farmer McDonald O'Shallahan.
Shane McGowan. Yes.
Right.
He says no. Have a go at the place. You are walking around. You don't really see anything else out of place. You're walking towards the O'Connor residence. So once again, I'll kind of throw that up on the screen here.
Oh,
Yeah, go ahead.
are there any sheep still alive, or is it just all dead sheep?
There are sheep alive. They seem to be avoiding this area a lot. There's sheep out over here.
Can't
But the
imagine
dead
why.
sheep, yeah, the dead sheep are kind of between here and then quite a bit on the O'Connor residence or the O'Connor farm. And so as you kind of get closer, Ursula just like takes off and heads towards the barn down here. And so the rest of you are kind of making your way. And one thing that you all notice is that this parking lot right here, or this like driveway, whoops,
Ooh.
a little too close, is just filled with cars. In fact, it's kind of lined on the street as well. And that's that bunch of cars that I was saying about. And there is as you get closer, there's a line of people that are kind of lined up out of the, out of this side door. And it kind of goes out this way. There's just a line of people like standing there.
Huh.
In front of all
line
these
of
people,
people?
I am actively breaking into the barn.
They look at you and wave, but they don't seem to really be concerned about you at all.
I'm interested in what's going on over there.
Okay. The rest of you going to head over to the residence at this point?
Yeah.
I come out with 2 pitchforks that I have duct taped to the head of my mallet.
Yep. Okay. So as you get closer, there's definitely some arguments between some of the people in line. Something about whose way is better.
Oh.
Ursula's got quite the mallet fork, and yeah, what do you do?
Does anyone in this line seem to be in a position of authority, or are they just waiting in line for something inside the house?
They all think they're an authority.
Great.
Oh, great.
Cool.
That is, you don't even have to roll for that. Like, that is just pungent in the air for you. And for when, actually.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Everyone's very confident right now.
True.
All right.
Well, what are they fighting about? Or
Well,
what
our
are they?
chapter leader has left.
Okay.
He
is finished with their nonsense. After
He's
I
on walkabout again.
Oh, I see. He's just like walked off. That's funny.
tired of your bullshit, Ireland, and I'm leaving.
Is there a cat door or like an open window in the little house?
There is. Yeah, you could easily get in, no problem.
Okay. I don't need my stunt. How did you get in there?
Yeah.
It's already open. That's easy.
Yeah.
I'm just
You
gonna-
you walk right in, and no one seems to pay you any mind. A couple of people. So as you walk in, you jump in through the window. The line continues throughout the house, and they are all lined up to what you have found to be a bedroom. And there is,
the sick bedroom.
and then at this point, everybody can hear it, but it's definitely you get it first. A blood-curdling scream and cry from this bedroom, and there's a little bit. It turns into a deep, throaty roar.
Hmm.
So a scream, cry from a little girl, and then morphs right into a deep, throaty roar.
Poor kitten.
And so there's somebody that comes out of the door, and he just looks absolutely fear struck, and just like he leaves, and
Right.
the next person in line goes in.
Can I sort of sneak in behind him?
You can try. That'll be an overcome roll.
That
The
will
rest
be,
of you do hear this blood-curdling scream from the house.
can I roll mutant cat on my sneak, or does it have to be covert ops?
No, you can. That
You can
seems
roll
like
anything you can justify.
That's
Yep.
right.
All right.
As long as it I have it around anyway, I'm gonna zip my drone inside so I can sneak in, see what's going on.
Those sneaky drones.
Sneaky drone.
I rolled 11 on my sneak close to the ground, while the drone is nice and distracting to everyone who's now looking up. Electronic device.
Very nice.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you get into the room.
Phew.
Jack, your little drone kind of buzzes right in. Again, people kind of look at it and like, and they seem to like not really care that like they see the drone. It's not sneaky at all. But again, you see a line of people that are lining up, throughout the house, all the way out the door. And some of them just kind of seem to be waiting there. Others are in deep conversation with the person next to them. And there's usually some kind of like almost self-righteous indignation.
Ursula's going to pick the weakest looking person in line and interrogate them.
Okay.
She just marches up and jabs the pitch mallet at him and screams, "What are you doing here for?"
Whoa.
This sort of meek gal, she is kind of slight in build and has her kind of very wavy hair, and it's got kind of a hippie look to it, pulled back, and she just like stands back. Says, "We're here we have to exorcise the child. This is we're trying to drive the demon out. I'm going to do it. I think. Don't hurt me."
I got the information. Anybody want to follow up from here?
How are you gonna exercise the demon?
Yoga.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, yoga. I have there. It's hard to explain, but it will definitely work.
Mm-hmm.
Have you tried yoga?
That's a lot of it right there.
Just making a note to self, yoga master demon hunter.
Yeah.
And from there, the other people are talking. They hear that, and another person says, you know, something along the lines of, "Yes, Jesus, absolutely, Jesus, Father God, we will drive this spirit out." And then you hear in another language with a similar tone of voice, and it suddenly you see there's a bumper sticker on one of these cars that is I didn't come up with a name for this organization, but it is a group of amateur exorcists that have come to try out their powers.
Cool.
They didn't go in the house. They were kidnapped into the house.
You're pretty sure that Father O'Patrick had something to do with this.
Why would he do that?
Because the Catholic Church isn't listening to his plea for more exorcists for the rising demon possession occurrences across the world. And so he is trying to recruit anybody he can.
I'm going to give him a stern talking to next time I see him.
Because they shot the thing that's in your back.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay. So, do I get a chance to befriend the possessed little girl?
Always.
Yeah.
All right. So I have a stunt called Worship Me Minions. Because I'm an adorable piece of living art that's soft, I get a +2 to any social engineering roll meant to bend a target character to my will.
Nice.
So, social engineering is an 8. I would like to be flashy, so that's a 10. And I will add a faith die for the discipline All Shall Love Me and Despair. So what do I see when I walk into the room? There's like just a little girl on the bed making.
Yeah. So there's a girl on the bed. She's about 12 years old, and she is tied to the bed. And goodbye, Brian. And there is a priest in the corner who is continually just saying something in Latin, and then this other person is just going at it in some very strange language you've never heard, but there is a lot of dancing involved, and the girl is kind of convulsing and screaming, and yeah.
All right. So the way I would like to do this is not just go up to the girl and be cute, but to actively hiss and scratch at whatever person is bugging her from to show that I am a larger predator and I am her friend.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
But I will protect the poor kitten-like creature from this can opener weirdness.
Okay.
And it's not the best roll. 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, +2. That's a 16.
Okay.
I'm going to get right up on her bed next to her and just face the weird dancing person who goes,
okay.
very angry and big. I'm going to make myself fluffed and big and just angry, just like.
Sounds good. I will go ahead.
Static electricity.
Yeah.
Ah! Well, now she's really pissed. But at least she's facing in the right direction.
So I'm going to go ahead and use one of my demon dice to defend against this, using self-righteous amateur exorcist. and defending by causing distractions.
Well, technically, I'm more trying to get the little girl to see me as an ally than to scare away the bad can opener.
Sure. So are you? But okay.
More comforting the little girl as a defender type.
Got it.
I don't expect the can openers even paying any attention to me.
Yeah. Okay. So less about that. So this would be more of, I think, a create an advantage. Oh no, this would be an overcome because you're trying to overcome her disposition. So yeah.
So I use my social engineering stunt.
Yeah, that sounds good. And
And I rolled a 16.
okay. It's gonna defend with clever intimidation. Yeah, it's about the same. Just to have an opposed roll of some kind, just to see where things are. Ooh, oh wow, that is a 3 total.
You guys are best friends.
I had rolled a D10 and a D8, and we got a 3. So,
Give me gods. Okay.
the little girl like calms down, and she says, "Kitty."
I will kind of nuzzle at a foot of the little girl. I assume she has feet.
She has feet, yes.
I don't want to presume this is a demon case, so they. Okay, so I just sort of snuggle. Nice
So
kid.
did we hear the little girl screams from outside?
You do.
Then Ursula's just making a tunnel, leading us in.
Distance
Okay.
between 2 points.
You start rushing in, and at this point, you're like kind of nestling against the foot, and the girl starts giggling, but then the giggling becomes more of a demon giggle too, like throaty in her chest. And thanks. And there's kind of a vibration or an energy that sort of begins pulsing out from her. You feel it. There's nothing. It doesn't.
I have my danger sense up, so I'm going to run away.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't seem threatening. It's just like a
Does it remind me of the energy I smelled back in the dead sheep pile?
Yes.
Okay.
It does. And at that point, who is still outside?
I followed Ursula.
Okay. So the two of you are like fighting your way through the line of trying to get in.
I will pheromone anybody on my way that needs it to get us in.
And Biff and Jack, where are you?
Excuse me.
Jeez.
This is my elbow. What's up? I guess I'm still outside, like looking at the display, which I guess is really, really noisy.
Okay. Yeah.
Dupe, we can't hear you.
Chris, you
Can't
have
hear
your
you,
All right. Okay. So Jack and Biff, and then we'll see if Ursula and Wen hear this, but Jack and Biff, you hear this strange schlepping, wet, crunching sound.
Ugh.
That sounds real. Yeah, it sounds as bad as it sounds. And you turn around and you see the sheep are like lumbering towards you, exploded, but lumbering towards the house.
Gross.
Not a fan of this.
The sheep carcasses are moving of their own accord.
Sheeps. Like zombie sheep or like
Zombie sheep.
zombie sheep. Okay.
Yeah.
And these sheep appeared to have been exploded from the inside, so there bits of them are missing, I assume.
Yeah. There, a lot of bits are still kind of hanging out of their exploded midsection. The head is, if it has a head. Yeah.
And they're all going to towards the barn.
Okay.
No. That's a question.
That was a
Are the
question.
sheep
Are they going towards the
barn?
Ish. The barn is sort of. Let me see here. The barn is kind of in between you and them. So it doesn't. They don't look like they're heading towards it, but they're heading towards the house. But the barn is also
The house.
Yeah. As you can see. Once again, so sheep are in this area, coming this area. There's a line of people, and this is the door that Ursula and Wen are just right here, and Jack, I'll say you're over here with your drone having gone into the window over this way. I don't know where Biff is. He's somewhere out here. But you guys look around and those carcasses are making their way.
Ugh.
Well, I think
We'll scare away the civvy.
I let everyone know over the comm.
Hopefully.
What's that?
Nothing. Continue.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Sometimes I can only hear bits and pieces because of the bandwidth. In my career as a demon hunter, I have never really encountered a whole lot of mindless undead demon things that are friendly. So I'm going to go out on a limb here and think that these are probably bad news. So I'm going to take my staff that has been collapsed and extend it, and then start whacking myself some sheep.
All right. Sounds good. Let us go ahead and begin the initiative. And Jack, you are first.
Ray.
You hop on out to the first sheep. Let's say it's right there. And you wish to attack it?
I do wish to attack it.
Okay. Roll your attackingness of the undead zombie sheep.
All right. So, been a little while. How do I do that? So I got all these approaches. I got all these disciplines.
Yeah. So
Choose
pick
the
one
approach.
approach. Decide if you want to invoke any of your aspects, which means you can spend a faith dice. By the way, so just to review, you should have 3 dice of one color in front of you to represent your faith dice. These are a non-renewable source. There's ways to get more, but once you spend them, you spend them. Then you have 3 dice of a different color. These are your demon dice, and these recharge every round. Once again, if you spend a demon die, I get a demon die in my pool. And typically demon dice are the way to cheat. And so you would usually spend those after you roll. Anyway, continue.
Okay. Thank you. I'm getting out my demon dice here. Oops. Looks like you need to add dupe back.
He's not. Oh, there he is. Okay.
Yeah, is my
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Hooray!
Hey,
Right now
okay.
it's combat time. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to quickly, do some flippy business out to that area and hold my ground in front of the house and use some combat and tactics.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here we are. We got
I
a
assume
D8
that while
and a
I was
D6.
gone, you guys got into a fight.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Yes.
We maybe
Oh,
got
right.
into a fight.
10.
10. Okay.
10.
Well, this lumbering sheep carcass is going to defend using a demon die. So I will let's see here. Minus one.
That one that doesn't have all its rib cage? Okay.
Yeah.
That one.
And it is going to be spending a demon die on the aspect demonically raised local organic zombie sheep. Using the herd of zombie sheep approach and the
least it's organic.
prehensile intestines.
Oh,
Ooh.
And I get a 7. So you
Please zombified.
and you are able to you destroy it.
I destroy it.
Surprise! Surprise! You are immediately
The staff
attacked.
is made out of conductive metal. That makes a bing sound.
Because nothing is wasted, when I am destroyed, an animated murder haggis ejects from my body and attacks my attacker.
But this-
Run.
Okay.
All right. And so I shall attack you with an as animated murder haggis. My discipline is force feeding. I'm going to attempt to force myself down your throat
Awesome.
using another demon die. Using another demon die called Slippery with Gore.
ugh.
Not a big fan of that.
And I attack you. Defend.
Okay, I defend.
Yes, so you defend just the same way you would attack.
I defend the same way I attack. Okay.
So approach, discipline, decide whether or not you want to use an aspect.
Okay. Well, I should forcefully use my combat tactics.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want any of this to happen. Because this sounds like the stuff of nightmares.
Sure does.
That is 7.
You get a bit of haggis and whatnot jammed into your mouth.
The hell I do.
You do. It is gross beyond gross, and you take a condition, which you may call whatever you like.
Nauseous.
Icky.
Here, Bishop, and this would be. What are you gonna call it?
You got a bit of dead on your face.
Dead on your face. Okay, so I need a free invoke on that. Okay, so the animated murder haggis is slightly jammed into your face, and it's latched on face hugger style, and it's trying to mush its way into your mouth. It smells really, really bad.
Is it still my turn or no?
No, it is not your turn. You may decide who goes next, though.
I decide who gets to go next.
Yeah.
How about Biff?
Jack, you're eating without us? Like, I thought we were gonna wait until maybe 8 or something. Ooh, oh, I see. Yeah, all right, yeah. So it's going down the pipe right now. Yeah, yeah, whoa, yeah. All right. Well, I'm pretty sure that I'm not going to talk the haggis out of his mouth. So,
Please try.
Talk the haggis out of your mouth at 13 yards.
I think that the right thing to do is, are any of the cars in the driveway American?
Yes.
Okay. I find the biggest one, and I run over some sheep.
Okay. Yeah, you'll need to unless you have a stunt that just lets you have a car.
I don't, but there's a lot of people that probably have keys.
True. So you want to try and talk somebody into letting?
Yeah, so I think that would be a social engineering and probably flashy. I think is probably
that
right one.
sounds good.
Okay, whose American car is that big one right there? Yeah, you give me your keys. And so I'm gonna use the aspect America.
All right.
And let's see. So this is just an attack, not like create an advantage or something like that. So
no, this would be an overcome.
An overcome. Okay.
Overcome. Yeah.
All right. Here we go. I rolled a 1. Can I? Let's see. Rolling a 1 on the faith die. What is that?
On a faith die means it's not spent.
Okay.
So you retain your faith die. It's still a 1.
All right. And
Can't you also re-roll it if you want?
That's on an approach or a discipline.
I'll take the 15.
Okay. Yes, you will. That is fine. You gain a boost, so a temporary aspect with 1 free invocation on it. You decide what that is, but you sweet talk a evangelical Christian who is there to lay the Jesus smackdown on this demon, and he identifies with your demeanor and tosses you his keys.
Yeah. I kind of movie scene it like. All right.
That's right. Yeah. So you have the keys. You jump in the car, and you are like sandwiched in there. But
I don't care about hitting the other cars.
Okay.
Like as long as I get some sheep, that's fine. Yeah.
All right.
Because America.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. Because we now have. Let's see here. Where are we? Bunch of parked cars. Bunch of parked, wrecked cars.
Good.
All right.
As many of the owners of these cars are now freaking out, and as you free yourself from this parkade and head out into the field,
Can't open your gun.
and you break yourself out there and begin punching it towards some sheep. You get to decide who goes next.
Yeah, I think that's. Let's see. Has Ursula already gone?
Nope.
Jimmy,
So-
it's you.
Are Win and I already in the house?
You were just about to go in the house, but Biff just grabbed a car and started smashing the shit out of other cars, and is like trying to get out into the field. And you see Brian out there like whacking on some dead meat, and then something flies at him, and he's like,
All right, so they've got this handled. So we're gonna fight our way inside.
Hi, everyone.
So yeah, I'm gonna try to just kind of shove my way through this crowd of people to get up to the bedroom.
okay.
So
that is not hard because some of these people are now rushing towards the door, wondering what all the commotion is about, and now there's like car horns going off and alarms and yeah. So you are easily able to make it to the door. You open it; it's not locked or anything.
okay.
And
I bodily remove the idiots doing an exorcism in there.
okay. Yeah, I'm gonna make you roll for that.
Yeah. I'm like, make me roll for something. So yeah, I'm just gonna let's do this more social engineering. I don't want to destroy these people if not absolutely necessary.
Okay.
Boo.
8, that's not very good. So 11.
Did you just give me a demon die?
I did.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay,
all
so
right,
if you roll a 1 on a approach or discipline,
you can re-roll it so you can do one of two things. You can take a faith die,
I didn't do that, so I'll do that now.
or you essentially take the faith die and spend it to re-roll.
Right.
Either way, I get a demon die.
Cool. You got a demon die.
Okay.
Ooh, man. I didn't know that
Very
part.
good.
I forgot about it.
All right, so you got an 11. And I am going to defend my amateur exorcist, but with a mob of amateur exorcist and my divine power, the D4. And I defend with a 7, and you toss my ass out.
All right.
All right. You've removed the distraction. Father Owen, there is a Catholic priest sitting in the corner, kind of like speaking Latin and clearly visibly shaken. He doesn't seem to be bothering anybody, literally.
Is snuggling with possession victim.
What's that?
The cat is still snuggling with possession victim.
Yeah, now you have your new cat is like rubbing on the feet of this person, and the girl is like kind of happy but still kind of throaty and
So I'm gonna toss to the cat.
Awesome. What I'm gonna try and do I hear the commotion outside and like the zombie meh because I'm a cat?
sure.
I can hear all the noises. Okay, so what she's gonna try and do is get Demon Baby to calm down so that maybe these zombie sheep just fall back down again.
Okay.
Because she's seen undead at this point, and sometimes they're fun and sometimes they're not. So on the off chance these are the not fun ones.
Okay.
Not Shay. You guys don't know. Okay, so that would be I would
Tell me what type of role do you want to do here? How do you want to take this on?
well, I don't know if it would if fringe mutant cat would suffice because I also have social engineering and I'm basically just trying to get the kid to calm the fuck down.
Right. What I'm saying is, do you want to attack? Do you want to overcome? Do you want to create an advantage to serve up a bonus for later? What action do you want to take? Now, remember, an attack doesn't necessarily mean attack. It's just that, you're trying to, yeah.
I would think that since this little girl probably wants these zombies to come towards, I would say this is an attack roll, but I'm basically attacking their need for I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to force chill upon them.
Force chill. I love that.
Chill.
Yep.
Because my people, we know how to chill. Theirs apparently don't. So I will be flashy, just all up and just snuggle on her tummy, purring and adorable, and look at my tummy.
Mhm.
It's truly the softest
Calm
thing.
down.
Adorbs! I would say then that's Flashy Mutant Cat. I'm using all my feline wiles. All right. And I rolled a 9. So I'm going to roll a demon dice because
Thank
I
you.
want to hit a 10. Or maybe higher. Ooh. I got a 15.
All right. Very good. Well, I need to defend on that because it is an attack. You are attacking me with cuteness. I will cleverly defend using ancient knowledge.
Bitch, please.
Sure.
Nope.
Um,
My people invented that. Shush.
real quick. No, that's not it. And that's not it either. Yep. That's what I'm going to do. All right.
Hey, Don, can you add Brian back in?
Oh, yeah.
We lost our Brian again.
Got it.
All right,
He's back.
There he is.
we lost Brian.
Hey, you got a 15, huh?
Yeah, how'd you do?
I got a 14.
Oh, you know how we do.
You tried!
Yeah, I rolled quite well, but yes, well done. So,
You see.
The demon girl is like, "Who's a good cat? Who's a good cat? Who's a good cat?" Cat. And she starts speaking a language, and I don't know what capacity you have for languages, but I know somebody knows what it would be in this room. Yeah. No when. So now you do get to choose who goes next, but remember, if you do not choose the bad guys, they will go twice.
Oh no!
Oh. So team, should I choose the bad guys or choose the demonic language expert?
You
Go
could
ahead and,
choose the bad guys if you want.
I'm gonna choose
Probably.
so is it just the sheep or is it the sheep and the little girl that are the bad guys?
All of the above.
I guess we'll figure it out.
I choose the bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So whatever that means.
I'll back clean up. We're good.
All right. Well, the herd of zombie sheep continue to lumber forward, and they are now attacking of amateur exorcists, and now that's getting kind of gross. And the exorcists don't seem to know what to do with it because they're doing their, and yeah, that's not going well for them.
There's just
one of them
undead
does-
sheep slurry just flying everywhere.
Yeah, one of them does actually get like a crowbar or something and smash it, and again, immediately smash the head, stomach comes up, right in the mouth. I mean, just right. You're watching this thing, and it's like, and the throat expands,
Oh,
and
fuck.
it's really gross, and the guy falls over dead. So that happened.
They signed on for.
Yeah, there is and
So the thing that you just described is what's happening to me, except I'm resisting it.
mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. That's
Good job, buddy.
that's how that happened. All right, and Biff, you were attacked by
Hey.
2 zombie
Oh
sheep
yeah.
in your car.
So you know.
herd of zombie sheep attacking a car. invoking demonically raised local organic zombie sheep, and they're just gonna like jump attack you.
All right.
Try and get in through the window. Yeah, so we'll call that woolly fodder.
Splat.
And yeah, that's probably good enough.
Ugh.
All right. I attack you. You must defend.
All right, I'm going to defend by cleverly steering away using combat and tactics, I think.
Fair.
Oh, hey, that's really good. 15.
Well, that beats my 12.
Yeah, smarter than sheep.
I can steer
right.
left.
All right, you are able to take out 2 of the sheep, but
Demon
of course
hunters,
they
smarter than sheep.
immediately eject animated murder haggis at you. You are attacked.
Ooh.
All right.
I'm not a fan of how quickly these like little carcasses can like cough up the murder haggis. It's just
No.
like same round.
All right.
Kill us.
Super gross.
And facial assault. Because I want you to eat me, I get a bonus D10 to attack when attempted to attach myself to an opponent's face and stuff myself down their throat.
Well, I feel like I
fail the
should
attack-
also get that bonus.
If I fail the attack, my opponent takes a mild condition about to puke.
Womp womp.
I didn't get that for you, Brian, but basically we're already there. All right, so
Tell everyone on the internet I have a mouth condition. Great, thanks, Don.
He's so thoughtful.
whoa, okay, that is a so dupe. You're gonna
Defend.
twice.
Okay. Can I use my boost that I just got? I'm
Yes, you
calling it
may.
the Big Block Chevy boost.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Oh, that's really good. Wow. That is a 23.
Wow.
Woo.
I think that warrants taking both of those out.
All right.
as you
Yeah.
somehow are able to get these out of your car and splat them with your car or something like that. I don't know exactly how that worked.
Mostly by doing donuts.
There you go. Okay. But
You had him pinned to the outside window from centrifugal force, and you just rolled it down.
yeah.
Windshield wipers.
But you do still take a mild condition about to puke.
Oh, all right. Okay. So I want to evoke my stunt. Healthcare is for the rich. Because I paid for it and you didn't, once per encounter, I can ignore a minor condition. If there's a minion around, they might take it instead.
Okay. All right. The amateur exorcists are minions, and so one of them basically goes off and barfs in a ditch.
Excellent. Thanks, man.
Well played. Okay, and then now the girl, what does she want to do?
She wants to pay attention to me.
Pet the cat.
Pet me. Well, she can't. I think her hands are tied up. This is an exorcist style like bedroom, right?
Yeah.
She's all
Yeah.
like tied and hands and feet and can't move. Hence summoning minions.
Yeah.
So this is like
Uh,
centered around this girl character. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah.
Okay. No one's like tried to knock her out or make her go
I haven't
nappy
gone
nappy.
yet.
Okay. Some of us are dealing with murder haggis in their mouths.
Well, you're gonna have to suck on it a little bit longer. One more round.
You're always telling me that.
I know. I'm always right. Say it.
All right. Well, she's going to attempt to take control of the cat and enhance the cat with some
Control.
kind of magic. Yes.
Oh dear.
So she is going to invoke Herald to the goddess of death.
Oh.
And
I can respect that, but still, control.
this, when I do that, she actually invokes it at a D8 instead of a D6. And then she's going to cleverly do this using Infernal Death Magic. Yeah.
Very clever.
You good?
The infernal death magic.
Ooh.
Yeah, super clever.
Okay. 21.
21. All right. Then do I still have that +2 boosts of danger sense?
You do.
Okay, so I'm
That
gonna.
is 2 dice 6, by the way.
But I can't use them both at once because they're the same.
I would allow it in this case if you wanted
In
to.
this case, okay. So I'm gonna add both of them, and I'm going to quickly. I would argue discipline fringe mutant cat because we cannot be ruled. We were not made to be ruled. We were made to live
Interesting.
and ponder the multiverse and acquire tuna. So
Perhaps grab a nap.
A tuna nap.
11, 12. Sorry, numbers. 15. That's a 16, but I rolled a 1 on my approach. So can I use another D6
Yes, you may.
demon dice?
Well, you can. So you can just re-roll the approach, and then I'll just get a demon die out of that.
Okay, that's cool. Much better. Now it's an 8 instead of a 1.
that's good.
So 10, 18, 23.
That is enough to avoid the 21 of death grip magic coming out. She's and this darkened energy spews out from her mouth and attempts to wrap around you, and
It tries.
like you move out of the way. It's not very fast. But now you've learned that she can do that.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it is now Wen's turn.
I don't happen to be able to defend off the bed, do I? With a 23?
Yeah, you could be off the bed.
Okay. So she basically just, that's new, and just rolls
There you go.
and lands on her feet.
So she's
Of course.
And then just goes like with her paw.
Yeah,
she's tied up.
she's tied up.
And then immediately,
And what was she saying before that I could understand?
She was speaking ancient Egyptian.
Great.
And she was essentially, I don't have it planned out, but she was essentially like cursing out these people, and that no one can resist the power of Enlacthazel.
Oh, I disagree.
unless they're a cat and it's Egyptian, they should know that.
So definitely demonic. Like I can tell that it's demonic. All right.
Yeah.
I would like to cleverly, using my fringe using my succubus thing, I want to teleport up to the ceiling and close her in a circle, in a summoning circle.
Oh, interesting.
Nice.
In a summoning circle.
Yeah. Well, she wouldn't be able to get out of the circle, and overhead would
Right.
work just as well as underneath.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sure. I'm going to call that a 15 opposition for you.
Okay. Do I
That
get
sounds radical.
any kind of like the cat? She was distracted by the cat, or is there any kind of assistance to that?
No.
Okay.
There's nothing generally here.
Oh well. Okay. I took a faith dice and I got a 17.
What aspect did you invoke?
My fringe aspect.
That is a discipline. What does the aspect say?
Oh, sorry. Powerful pheromones are just the beginning. So I pushed pheromones at the demon to distract it while I was circling it up.
Okay.
I leaked a little on him.
Ew.
I mean, it got the job done. It's not always pretty.
17 is enough. And you have the demon immobilized.
Great.
And
Wow. Just so we all know, there's some folks in the chat who are like kind of this part of the game would likely make more sense to me if I knew the rules of this system. And we get to have a couple of like people who are pointing up at that. So if we can kind of like, you know, do our best to do that, that would probably be helpful for anybody watching.
Sure. Can we be more specific as to what part of the game do we need to clarify here?
I think
like rolling dice.
Okay. So I don't have one in front of me, but so let's see here. I do. That is not helpful. That's kind of helpful.
Right.
I can share my screen.
Yeah, show me your screen.
I have my my character here. It's in the thing you have to, I think you have to add it. It as though if like say for instance one of the times that I've been out and kind of on the sidelines waiting to be added. I think that's the scenario in this. Can you see my screen that
I don't.
Oh, okay.
I definitely don't. Okay. I think I've got something.
Sorry.
Let's see here. Personal. And then we have
Do you mean that people in the chat are asking how the game works? Or
a bit. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Because Merc and Hellcat are in there, and they both know how the system works. I know because I've been gaming with them since Gen Con. Hi, guys.
Yeah.
So
okay.
our chat, unofficial chat wranglers, I think, can explain.
I can also do a real brief. Yeah. Okay. This would be good. Screen share. All right. So this is Katrina Ramirez. And so your character sheet looks a bit like this. You have disciplines that are represented by a die, and you have approaches that you're represented by a die. And so you always pick one approach and one discipline. And then from there, you just roll those together and add the result. And that is the basic of the whole entire game. From there, it's just a matter of how you want to modify it. So you have faith dice, which you always start out at 3, typically. And that means that you can invoke one of these aspects of yours by being able to add a faith die to your roll. And you just have to say, okay, because I'm a combat vet who's seen some weird stuff, that allows me to get an advantage in this particular roll. But once you spend that faith die, it's gone. Now, faith dice do reset at the beginning of every session, and there are other ways in game to be able to gain more, but they are a finite resource. But then there's demon dice as well, and those are not represented on the sheet here. But you always have 3 dice 6 demon dice that you can use. And once again, with demon dice, if you spend a demon die, I get one in my pool. I don't get faith dice. The only way I can tap my aspects are through demon dice. And so if you starve me out of them, that is kind of not as fun for me. So that's the thing. And and you can spend up to 3 on any particular roll, demon dice. So I can get up to 3 on one particular roll if you do that. If you roll a 1 on a demon die, it's bad, and bad things happen. We haven't seen that yet, but it's a thing. So that's basically how the game works, and pretty much every single action is handled by taking an approach, taking a discipline, adding it together, deciding whether or not you want to enhance it with a D6. But the other thing too is we have aspects in the scene. So right now there's stench of death, lots of dead sheep. There's a bunch of parked red cars. If there's any way, so you can use to create an advantage roll, and you could add dice to these things that people can actually use on their rolls for free. And so that's the kind of a nice strategy, is using those creative advantage rolls. You can, and to do that, again, approach plus discipline, you can add a new aspect to the scene with dice on it. You can discover a trouble aspect on another character with dice on it. It's a way to add more dice to the board that doesn't cost you more resources, just costs you an action. So it's a good way to teamwork up and build a bunch of dice on this. So anyway,
Doopy needs to be added.
He does. There we go. All right. Very good.
Hello. I made the mistake of hitting share screen and it crashed the whole thing.
All right. So now that we've done that, when we have just finished this particular
back at the
round, back at the top, when you decide who goes next.
I think maybe we should have Jack go next to see if he can get that stuff out of his mouth.
So the circle that happened around the little girl, did that have an effect around anything outside?
It did not.
Curses.
Yeah.
Dumb. All right. Well, I'm going to I think I'm going to take an aspect. So I'm going to take one of my aspects, which is mild klepto with authority issues.
You gonna steal this out of your mouth?
I'm going to steal its skin out of itself.
So you just have a mouthful of loose meats?
I think I can deal with that a little bit better. I can spit that out. It doesn't have a casing. I think that's all really what
the casing is the weird part.
Yeah,
I'm having a hard time with your klepto.
Just shock the shit, dude.
Yeah, this is where you have to start.
lightning fast metabolism. I can eat it really fast.
Oh,
Yes.
Go with that one.
Yeah, that you
Maybe.
maximize it.
Okay, fine. I'm going to calm down because like having something trying to force itself down. Never mind. I'm not going to finish that sentence. It's very alarming.
Yeah.
So I'm going to zap it.
There you go.
So Zen Electrokinetic for the Brotherhood is my aspect, which I'm going to add a
Okay.
D6. And as far as I know, so I have 3 faith die, and I can use one of my faith die to do this aspect, but I can also use a demon die if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct?
You could use that.
Hold off on
Typically,
it.
you would want to save it for after you've rolled.
Because if you
'cause
don't
you
need
may
it,
not need it.
not give it to the GM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, you're scrolling a 1, and then things get so much worse
Yeah.
so quickly.
So
Okay.
you do have the ability to use multiple aspects if you want to spend more dice of your faith dice, but you just have to use different aspects to that.
What I wanted to do is I want to do kind of some sort of thing where I can get several in a row, like chain lightning style. But
Right.
I don't know if I can do that and get the thing that I'm dealing with on my face.
That's why creating an advantage with the aspects and the dice on them kind of helps. It gets you more dice that you can kind of pull in on. So we don't have that in the scene right now.
Okay.
So it's kind of all you zapping the haggis.
All right. I'm going to do this.
And to keep in mind, this is a rolled up stomach that's stuffed with its own guts, trying to jam it down. I mean, it's very tender. It's there's not a lot of defendable anatomy here. So
God.
yeah, it's sensitive.
Also,
It's-
no barley. So is it really haggis?
Well, they were eating the field. What they were growing in the fields was barley. So technically, yes.
Fields with barley. Okay. Fringe.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to take a D10 on a discipline of fringe and a D10. I'm going to add that with forceful because I definitely want to get this over with. That's a D6 and another D6 for my aspect. Roll them all together. Boom. And that is disappointing. That is a 9.
Okay. Well,
For 3 different die.
I am going to defend with animated murder haggis as a D4, and defend with the discipline ew gross. I'm not going to waste a demon die on that, and I get a 3.
Wow.
So you
Hooray!
you cooked yourself some haggis, and it falls charred to the floor.
Weird. It still smells gross.
Who knew?
Yeah.
Still not hungry.
Who's next? Brian. Who is next?
Brian, you
Oh,
choose
that's
your-
right. I get to choose.
Yeah.
I'm going to go. I think let's go Ursula.
All right. So I did my job getting Wen up to upstairs. So I'm going to blast out of the upper window and try to skewer a sheep on the ground.
That's fair.
All right.
You go for it.
Do you have that gigantic mallet thing? Or
Yes, and I've duct taped pitchforks to it.
Oh, okay.
So
Of course.
I'm going to
When in Rome,
forcefully combat and tactics, Ursula smash, and I'm also going to tag the barn of assorted farm equipment for the pitchforks I've added.
Nice.
Mhm.
15? Yes,
Okay.
15.
Okay.
And one was a 1 on a faith die, so.
Okay. So you retain that faith die. Alrighty. Well, that does kind of warrant then a herd of zombie sheep and defending with woolly fodder. With a 5.
All right. So success with style.
Success with style. You get a boost.
Excellent.
However you want to call that. But you have successfully smashed 2 zombie sheep who eject immediately animated murder haggis at your face. All right. And so they will initially, where's the other? All right. Animated murder haggis attacks you with force feeding and facial assault by getting a bonus D10. And that is terrible. Well, for that anyway. That's a 14.
Terrible
I
for
rolled
who?
I rolled a 1.
Okay. I'm gonna try to backhand him out of the way with a mallet, I guess. Let's toss an Ursula Smash back in there. Oh no! Oh wait, that's better. Okay. No, don't help. 19.
That's enough. Now you have to do it again.
Oh shit.
Wow. Well, this one's a little worse. That's a 12.
All right. Yeah. 7. I am bad at math. That is a 12. So what
Okay.
does that mean?
Well, it means it does not stuff itself into your face. You technically win the tie, I believe. So you have a murder haggis that is still writhing at your feet, however. But you're able to smash the other one into oblivion.
Excellent.
And so there you go. Who goes next?
Oh, let's get the cat involved.
All right.
So the girl is stuck to the ceiling in a.
She's in the bed.
She's in the bed.
Actually,
That is okay.
there, Ursula, you do actually still get a mild condition about to puke
All right.
out of that initial attack.
So, scene in the bedroom is the girl is on the bed, but now inside of a summoning circle.
The circle's chalked on the ceiling.
On the
above her.
ceiling.
On the ceiling, down.
Okay, okay.
So it's like binding her.
Okay. Then I would like to. Not sure if this is going to work right now, but I'm going to try what I did before, but instead try to create an advantage called like
Okay.
Demon Chill by using the Worship Me Minion stunt to create an advantage that Wen can then take advantage of when Wen is doing Wen things. Because I really don't want to go outside with the zombies.
Yeah, I can understand.
I am tiny. A sheep is bigger than me. It would be undignified.
Okay, so tell me your aspects one more time.
Okay, so I'm going to roll.
You don't have to tell me what aspects you roll. I just want to know what aspects you have on your character.
On my character. The concept is extra-dimensionally evolved feline. The treble is sharp but tiny. Discipline. Polydactyl means thumbs. Discipline. Walls are more like guidelines than actual rules. And discipline, all shall love me, and despair. And I still have the danger sense aspect, but I've run out of the free boosts. But I think I can still use that.
Nope, it's gone.
Completely
So the boost once they're used up, they're completely gone. So, okay. And then your stunts are generally what were those again?
Do you want me to just send you a link to my character sheet?
No, I just want to. You can briefly summarize. You don't have to tell me what they do. Just tell me what they're called.
All right, worship me minions, +2 to
Mhm.
social engineering roll.
Okay.
How do you get in there where I can just suddenly be in a place where my fellow players have not yet been,
Okay.
and bounce? Because I am a fluffy sociopath, once per session I can knock over any object that isn't firmly affixed to the ground or floor.
Oh,
I don't know how far away the barn is, so I figured it'd be easier to help boost my teammate for her inevitable sorcery check.
okay.
Perfect.
I do. I have something in mind for you then, because of the last one. That's actually key. You notice
Because
you notice that there is a figurine about yay big sitting on a dresser across the room, and it's a figurine of an owl, but it looks super old and kind of stone or clay,
and a little bit evil, maybe
and a little bit what?
maybe a little bit evil.
Maybe,
Does
but
it speak the same death magic-y stuff that I keep running into in this form?
yeah.
Okay, also she tried to possess me, so fuck that. Okay, I'm gonna use my does it bounce stunt to just knock it off the table.
Yeah.
Suddenly,
Sounds
zoom, the cat is on the dresser, and the owls crash.
All right. It falls on the ground and does not break. And it falls quite heavily. But
Does it bounce?
Does it bounce?
bounces. It does. It bounces a little bit, and it is now a thing that people have drawn the attention to now. So they are aware that that exists. So I'll go ahead and add that to the scene. We will call that what do we call that? Ancient little stone owl figurine-ish. Okay. All right.
In using my stunts, I can't make that an advantage. I can't build an advantage with that action. But I
would. So it just automatically just knocks it down.
Yeah, that's all.
And that's okay. I would allow you to go ahead and do a roll to transform that into an advantage.
Okay.
In other words, we could add a die to that ancient stone little owl figure if we want.
Okay. So I'm gonna do flashy because it was, and mutant cat because cat stunt. Because I only do this once per session because I never specify how big the object has to be. So if it's like a Mack truck,
Yeah.
if it comes up, or a barn that isn't actually, properly anchored to the ground.
Mhm. Yeah, that makes sense.
Don't feed cats interdimensional pests.
It's fair.
Okay, so I rolled a 15.
Well, that's enough to have 2 dice on there.
So I would like to call this this advantage. Oh no, my shiny thing.
I already have it drawn attention. Yeah, so I'm just going to put 2 dice on that ancient stone owl figurine there.
Okay, ancient stone. Okay.
Yeah.
So then I have set up your shot.
Yes, you have. All right.
Woohoo! Teamwork. And
I hope I can touch that.
Yeah.
who hasn't gone yet in this round?
Everyone but you and me. Hoya and Jack.
I've done.
Biff and Web.
Biff,
Everyone's pointing.
Wynn, and Ursula.
I've
Biff
gone.
went.
Ursula went. She lifted
Ursula
out the
went, that's right.
window.
So it's
Ursula went.
Biff and Wen. Biff, Wen, and the bad guys.
And the bad guys.
Oh, again, so it's Wen or the bad guys. Okay.
Biff,
Or Biff.
Biff.
Before Biff.
Yeah.
Biff,
Or
Wen. Oh. Oh.
Three choices.
Okay. So, Wen, because, okay. I pick Wen to go next.
Okay.
When to go.
Wendigo.
Wendigo?
Can I touch that little stone owl?
You sure can.
Is it gonna hurt me because I'm a demon? Let's find
might.
out. Let's find out. Do I get any like feelings off of it or anything?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you do. In fact.
Super.
And he said a name that you
Totally remember.
totally remember. Yeah.
Checking the black book.
Let's see. Where did I? Oh, here it is. Okay. Unlocked Hazel is Unlocked Hazel
Yeah.
has is the name of the demon, as he's like been saying, like, you cannot contain the force of the power of Unlocked Hazel. That rings a bell to you
Great.
as the Herald of Ereshkigal.
Okay.
Which is a kind of an old goddess of death, who was, of course, as time goes on, was made into an archdemon somewhere down the lane, and so Unlocked Hazel was the bringer of the dead, herald of Ereshkigal, and he escaped banishment when they came for his master, the goddess Ereshkigal, by emptying himself into the icons of her altar, the stone owls. There he waited for centuries until clearly somebody found them. And yeah, so this contained his spirit, and clearly somebody touched it, and he took hold of their body.
Do I,
Out of character, I just put some pieces together.
as a demon, would I know how to, because I am trying to avoid going into said objects, would I know how to put him back in the object?
You would need to do an exorcism.
Great. That's something that the demon should definitely be doing, everyone. Thank you for leaving me alone.
I thought you were going to have a conversation with him.
I'm going to talk him back into the owl.
Token magic user.
I mean,
Yeah. The only way to stuff this demon back into the owl is by a ritual exorcism,
all right.
which can be used which can be done by using the ritual rules on Demon Hunters, A Comedy of Terrors, pages 147 through 153.
Of course, yes.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah. Let me whip out my handbook.
Okay. So
I'm gonna say over comms, you guys are assholes, and then I'm gonna go ahead and try it.
Yeah.
So when you're fairly certain that you're going to need help,
Yeah.
and so
I can get you some help.
a ritual exorcism should take approximately 8 hours to complete.
Yeah. Got it.
You can have helpers to sort of reduce that.
Mhm.
If anybody has mystical abilities, they have the ability to reduce that opposition. And so there's a certain max of difficulty that this is going to be. So you have to hit a 40.
Great.
Don't worry, guys. We've got the GAE outside. What was it? I don't know what it was.
Yeah, can I tap into the minions?
Right? I mean, they're an exorcist club, right?
Oh, right. Yeah.
Can I use
All
them?
right. I would like to help out by herding minions back upstairs.
Yeah.
There's a giant hole in the side of, like, you burst out of the window.
I'll just start chucking minions upstairs.
They just need to be like in view.
And I have the best herding dog here ever. I'm driving it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Okay, so here's how it works. You need to hit a 40. That's the base starting opposition.
Okay.
It starts out as 8 hours to complete. So the rest of you who do not have mystical abilities can provide advantages. So you can roll create an advantage to give her more dice. There can be up to 4 advantages that she can use. That's it. No more than 4. And those who are trying to reduce the ritual opposition have to beat a 20 to reduce it by 5. So,
wow.
Jack, if you wanted to reduce this 40 to a 35, you'd have to beat a 20 on your own.
Right, but I don't have any mystical arts in any of my disciplines.
Right, so that's a problem.
But can we still build advantages that help in the ritual, like I did with the thing?
You can build up to 4 advantages, but you only get 1 shot to load them with dice. So if you only get 1 die, that's all you get. If you get 2 dice, if you succeed with style, that's okay too. Yes, Jack.
I don't know if this is a wasted time or not, but like in my mind's eye, I'm seeing this experience happen, and everyone's wanting to go and help win. But then all around, you have these sheep that will ultimately have their innards try to get stuff down your mouth and all that. So like that's a problem that's ultimately going to have to be dealt with. And
That's right.
so we can't necessarily just like ignore that outer problem to go help Wen. So I guess my thing that I want to bring up is like, can I make a really hurriedly ramshackle electric fence to kind of keep people at bay for a few rounds?
I mean, you can certainly try. Yeah,
I don't know if it's a waste of time or not.
That would be an advantage to keep them away from Wen.
Advantage. Perimeter.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do when it's my turn then, I guess.
Okay.
Are we still in rounds?
We all can build an advantage here before Wen can take her turn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then I go. I go do that.
You don't have to take that turn right now. You have just learned that that's what it's going to take to put this genie back in the bottle.
Is there an advantage that I can create for myself?
Not beforehand.
Gotcha.
No.
Yeah.
Wait.
Unless I'm.
The priest is in the room?
The priest is in the room.
Priest.
Could I have a snack? That helps charge me up. Makes me stronger.
Go molest a priest in front of a little girl. We're the good guys.
It doesn't
It's cool.
always
I'm just making an electrical death trap down here. It's fine.
It could be, I mean,
advantage haggis.
It could just be an act of sensuality. I could just like forehead to forehead. It doesn't have to be crazy. I prefer it that way, but she has some tact. She just wants a Charge, please.
All right.
Mr. Priest, this is gonna be weird, but can I drink some water out of your belly button? It'll be like.
I need a body shot. I brought my own tequila.
We're the good guys.
We're the
Hashtag
good
we're
guys.
the good guys.
We're the okay
Yeah.
guys.
Totally okay.
I never
For the
claimed to be
better than
anything
this other guy.
other than a demon. I am not exploding sheep. All right, step up. That's what I say.
Gwen's okay.
I'm great.
Our team leader's a kleptomaniac. He's okay.
He's. Do you want me to roll?
Well, I'm still looking
anything
later
for
after
that,
being
or,
gone
like-
for you.
I
That's
mean,
fine.
he thinks he is for sure.
You know, so you have a stunt that does this, or I forget how this works.
Because my food is sex. Whenever I attack, using my succubus powers or cause a condition to my opponent, I can clear an equivalent condition on myself. If I do not have any conditions to clear, I may gain a boost.
There you go. So you may attack.
He's gonna really like it.
Am I creating an advantage by doing this whole
You are.
fence thing, or am I overcoming an obstacle?
You're creating an advantage. I'm going to. It's going to be. Okay. If you. So it's going to take you more than a round to build, right?
Okay.
No, if you're gonna like, because you got to run around and find wire and whatever.
I
it is.
have wire. Come on.
I mean, he's an electrokinetic. It could literally be an electricity fence.
Well, that's true.
Oh, I don't need like a conduit, like a wire. Oh, cool.
I mean, it just depends on how
imaginative.
big you want it.
And yeah.
Plus, there's assorted farm equipment.
There is
That's a good point.
And a car.
You technically
a
probably
lot of
could
cars.
operate said farm equipment from a distance.
Does electricity include magnetic stuff?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, cool.
Do it.
I mean, not only are you electrokinetic, but you're essentially also Magneto, right?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
So that's a thing.
Pretty much.
I think
Okay.
it's whose turn was it? Was it Biff's turn?
It was mine.
Yours.
So
Okay,
I'm
so
having a snack.
right. Okay, yeah, that's your thing. Okay, so give me a roll.
I'm assuming that's fringe and probably yeah, so the pheromones one, I'm assuming fringe, and I'm gonna do it cleverly because I think that that's pretty clever of me.
Okay.
Great. I got a 15.
I'm not even gonna roll. That's good. That's great. So you can receive a boost with 2 invokes on it.
Great. And that's just a d6, right? The boost?
Yeah.
Great.
2d6.
So
2d6.
you can call it whatever you want. you have been charged.
How about thank you, Father?
Not okay. Not okay.
Appropriate.
Okay. Right.
Amazing.
Thank
I
you,
wrote
Father,
this
for I am
adventure,
win.
so
Yeah, correct.
Alrighty then, and
So we should probably let the Haggis go. I'm the last one of our team.
Yeah.
Ah,
We'll
got
let the
it.
bad guys go.
okay, the bad guys will go and they will attack everybody. I don't know. I think I'm just going to do one roll for everyone. Herd of zombie sheep. All right. So D6 plus, yeah, biting. And I will invoke. Where am I? I will invoke insanely infectious bite.
Gross.
Ooh, they're infections.
And I will invoke
Careful, guys. You might become were-sheep.
demonically raised
Like the
local
worst
organic
kind of lycanthrope.
zombie sheep. Alrighty, so we got that. Yep, so there's 3 left. Yes.
You shear them once a month.
Okay, so this is the zombie sheep have now descended in such a way that they can now attack Jack, Ursula, and Biff, I believe, plus a whole bunch of amateur exorcists. Yeah. 15. Defend yourselves against a 15.
Against
All right, I'm gonna
50.
cleverly use combat and tactics.
Have a
10.
demon die.
Oh, I'm
You
distracted.
want to give me a demon die?
14 or 19.
Biff,
I got a 10.
you could roll a demon die.
The demon. Do
Do you want to take that insanely infectious bite?
All right, I'll go for it. Oh, 5. Yeah.
So
Roll.
we have to roll above a 15.
15 or higher.
Oh man. Okay. Is that even possible with the things that I do? Yeah, it's technically possible with this. Okay.
I believe in you.
No, team leader! Woo! Okay, team
I'm-
leader!
I'm gonna put a slight charge in my staff and like really flashly, like bing, like just do that. So that would allow me to do flashly fringe.
Ooh.
Yes.
Oh, and that gets me 12. Not enough. Okay, and I'm gonna take a demon die.
Yes.
That's the technique I apply to this
So
game
that's a D6.
and work backwards until it makes sense.
Pardon?
Always
Yeah,
start with your
next.
and then work backwards.
Oh.
Did you roll a 1?
So that's 16
Okay. You did not roll a 1.
with the demon die.
Yes.
Okay.
Got it. Cool.
I did not roll a 1.
Very good. Thank you for charging up my demon dice, everyone. I'm back up to 5, which I'm feeling a little bit better about now.
We're so glad
All
you
right.
feel better, Don.
Yeah. I was
That's what we're here for.
nervous there. I was
Super
getting
glad.
nervous. And then Latzel is very confused by what's going on in here with this other being. And
I don't know why. Very normal stuff was happening.
Really
she
cool.
is going to projectile vomit at you.
Hard
when-
pass.
So this is going to be a forceful intimidation, I guess. Not really infernal death magic.
It'd be pretty intimidating to have someone do that to you.
Yeah. I think she will invoke.
That's what I'm gonna do if I ever get mugged.
You're just gonna forcefully vomit at them.
Yeah.
That's good skill.
Powerful and small package.
There's a lot of vomit in this adventure, I'm noticing.
Lots of vomit.
Yeah. A lot of bodily fluids.
A lot of gag reflex.
And what the heck?
Oh yeah, we are in
We'll
Ireland.
go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and invoke one more. Bring me down to Herald to the Goddess of Death, which I get a D8 instead of a D6.
Yep. Biggest deal.
Is a 20.
Ooh.
She projectile vomits at you for a 20.
All right.
All the while spewing hatred and gusto about how Aresh Kagel will own all of your souls.
And conditions are not all about physical injury.
True.
Moderate condition.
Is she vomiting at me or at the cat?
Yeah.
You.
Me. All right. So I defend myself. I will. Okay, so this is maybe where I'm not
Use the priest.
really a hero.
Okay.
I'm going to sneakily duck behind the priest.
Human shield.
So I'm gonna use covert ops, I think, for hiding,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna use sneaky, and because I'm double jointed, I get a +2 when I sneakily try to overcome a physical obstacle. Does that count or no?
No, you're actually defending.
Okay. Then let me see if I can. All right, let's see what happens. I'm not going to use a demon die yet. All right, I think I have to though. Let's see. Use one demon die.
All right.
I got a 20 with one demon die.
Wow. Just enough to let what was his name? Father Owen get
Father
a whole
Pukey.
bunch of puke in the face.
Wow. Okay.
Father
I like-
vomited.
Puppeted him up there. It's like, okay, that's gross. Take that.
Wow. All right.
Thanks, buddy.
Father, take.
I didn't use my boosts because I'm going to use them for the exorcism.
Yeah.
So, thank you again, buddy.
All right. So I think that leaves Biff.
Biff, get him.
Aha.
Get her, Biff.
Okay, so I'm gonna lean out the window, drive over to the masses of exorcist alkalates in training,
Mm-hmm.
and let's see here. So we're right by all their cars that I smashed, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to invoke #fake news. This demon in here, he smashed all your cars. You should go up in there and exorcise his ass.
If we all work together.
Okay. I'll allow it.
So I'm
I think
gonna use
Biff might be a
social
bigger
engineering.
monster than the demon.
You guys might have
Hashtag-
something to deal with when this is all
Hashtag
over.
not all demons. I'm just saying.
All right, so I'm gonna invoke the bunch of parked wrecked cars situational aspect and put a faith die on that one. I'm invoking fake news, and I'm using social engineering cleverly.
All right.
Oh yeah. That is a 27.
Whoa.
Wow.
Okay.
That is
You have created an advantage. Wow. You created an advantage. You need to call it something, and it gets 3
Yeah.
dice on it.
Woo.
Oh
What are we gonna call
yeah.
this?
Herd of exorcising exorcists. It's a stampede.
exorcism stampede.
Okay, fair enough. Got it. Okay.
And then who wants to go first in the next round here?
I can go.
Jack,
You can build
go
perimeter.
for it.
Before you go, okay, so who's outside? Ursula and Biff and Jack. A hearse races up and all right, so I gotta share my screen again. And so a hearse races up the street and pulls in right here, and opens up. The back opens up as well, and these and nuns come out of this hearse
Oh my god!
bearing shotguns and
Oh
a whole bunch of weaponry. They jump out like a squad of Marines, and they are arming up out of the back, and they come out, and then they form a line and begin the march towards the towards the demons, or the not demons, the zombies, and
awesome and terrible.
and then one of them points at the house, and 2 nuns start walking that way quite intimidatingly, and they regard Ursula, and one of them and the other one looks at Jack and flips him off. And as they are heading into the
Don't worry. Don't worry, they've got a lot of guns. They must be American.
And it is clear that the Sisters of Divine Retribution have arrived on the scene, and that is not necessarily good news. And that is where we'll end tonight's session.
Dun dun dun.
Nuns Hall Pass.
It is good to be back.
Nuns with guns.
Yeah, that was quite fun. And I think once we've kind of got things ironed out here, that's yeah. So unfortunately, I'm kind of bummed about Facebook not streaming all that well this time.
It said it was on the what is this StreamYard site. It said that they were having a problem with Facebook Live tonight, so they thought it was on Facebook. So.
Okay,
I see. Got it. So maybe it might be next time. Yeah. So awesome. For next week, we will attempt to still stream to Facebook Live instead of YouTube, and if that doesn't work, we'll just stream back to YouTube.
And P.S. everybody, this is weekly now because we have nothing better to do.
That's right. We're at home. I have enough material here to go quite a while. So.
Yeah. Now, is that quarantine appropriate? Social distancing? I mean, we're kind of close.
We're like more than 90 miles away from each other. I think we're good. I think we're good.
I'm a good East Coast, so.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and good comment, Brad, that YouTube was pretty flawless. That's awesome. And if again, if the Facebook doesn't work out, we'll go back to that to YouTube, because with Twitch, because we are streaming obviously to Twitch. A lot of you folks are watching us on Twitch tonight. We can actually take that stream from Twitch and then upload it to YouTube at some point, so that we'll still have the YouTube channel going. We just may or may not stream live to it. But if Facebook keeps being lame, then we will abandon Facebook.
I like how it only we only had to do the whole warming up and getting things together. It only took us like 30-ish minutes, and like that's still a long amount of time. But like we haven't done this in like a long time.
Yeah.
So this is the first situation. We didn't even do a warm up. Like this is like 1, 2, 3, go.
So my character sheet was a printed email from when we first started, and the date on it was 2015.
15, yeah.
Yeah.
So
and you'll see that.
July 6th, 2015.
Yeah.
So.
And episode 20 was, I think I counted 3.5 years ago.
Wow.
That was our last episode. And so this adventure should last one more episode. And then we can look at changing up players. If some of you can't commit, that's totally fine. You can drop out and do your thing, and then come back on the next one or something. I've got at least 3. This one we'll finish up next week, and then the one after that, I'm guessing could take 3 episodes to do. So we'll see.
Cool.
Yes, Brian.
And the next one, obviously, we'll have a little bit more of an idea of what we're doing, and so we can get right into it, as opposed to like you all having to wait for 30-40 minutes or something like that. So hey, great. I vote we close up shop, and any kind of like aftermath maybe we take off of line. But thanks for a lot for everyone.
Thanks
Just real quick though, what was that cool book you were holding up? And maybe, is that available at Dead.Market? Or is it not available there anymore?
It might not be. I don't know.
A version of something is available somewhere.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it's Dead.Market. Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, but we might just be out of them.
Yeah, we might be out of stock. I don't know.
Oh, man. Well, we need to get on that.
Drive RPG, yes?
Yeah, Drive-Thru RPG has print on demand, but with this whole thing going on, I don't know what that looks like. So
we're an essential service.
Exactly.
And I guess thanks for letting me in, guys. I have never streamed a game before ever.
Yeah, good to have you. It's really fun.
Mark said, "Put her in."
Well, you did great. Thanks for hopping in.
All right, everyone. Well, it's right at that 9:30 spot.
Yes, thank you very much.
We're going to sign off here, and we'll catch you next week. Same demon time.
Thanks, everybody.
Okay,
Same demon
Thanks again for
station.
coming, everybody.